Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On first down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. John Randall busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Throwing is Wilson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 33 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. Set. And read. 15.
They'll run on first down. Peyton, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Let's go. Right. Here we go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many Times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
There's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Wilson now throwing again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You got to cash in and get some points.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, Peyton. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 3rd down, Peyton, and he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides.
25, check 25, check 25.
They'll try the left side. Peyton, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Here we go.
At the 43-yard line.
Our time. It's our time. Mike 40, Mike right. He's coming. He's coming. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Cunningham. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holt. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up. The defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Gonzalez. 23 yards on the play.
23 yards. And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 6-0 our score after 1.
Seahawks, nothing.
They'll run now with Okoye. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Cunningham to throw. They set up the screen to Peyton. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen. And it sets up a 3rd down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
53 to Mike. 53. Check.
Out of the gun here. It's Cunningham. He is going to find Hill here. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Cunningham looking to throw. Flush to his right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. There, this is picked up by the Browns. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40. The 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Cunningham steps away to his left. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Cunningham from the gun. And going deep for Hill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I'm going to run you over.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Going deep for Hopkins.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
On first down, Peyton. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Deion Sanders up to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but now... A whole lot of room there, but there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on second down, Cunningham. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
14. Hey, 0. 14.
They'll run on first down. Peyton. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
At the 39-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Get that quarterback and
Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Hey, check.
Now Wilson to throw on third down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And he's going to go down again. Aaron Donald. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Walter Payton in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Taking a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Peyton. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. Mike 40, Mike 40. Oh, yeah.
From the gun, Cunningham. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Quick dance, quick dance. Come, come. Whip, 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 whip. Hey, check. Mike, get ready.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cunningham. And an alley to run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and 2, Cunningham. He's going to fire this thing deep. His 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now Cunningham. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. He gives it up. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
Tackle. Let's go. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cunningham. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here we go. Stand, touchdown. Go. Go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Peyton. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
Ready. 6 yards. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get on. Let's get on.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall. Going to leave him with a 4th down. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer. Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Watch the slant. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's got a first down and more past the 30. They will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. On the run, it's Bo Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive. 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Escaping the pressure right. Now Cunningham has the ball knocked down. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
But that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Walter Payton, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Vinatieri now for the point after. And the lead is down to 2.
Next to score, Browns 19, Seahawks 17. Adam Vinatieri set to kick off.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Good shot. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
A toss play to Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Got it. Check Mike 21.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
He's back to throw. He may try and run for this. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
They'll try and run with their fullback. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Come on, set. Go to base. 81. Tight up.
On second down, Peyton. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Peyton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Let's go. Do it.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this is just an exercise in futility.
Because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
That'll do it for us.